if you have that morality about you.
Right, so to survive, I have to become people's trash cans. I'm sorry, I'm missing what exactly the point is.
Do you really have to take things so literally? Just because they perceive it as trash doesn't mean it is.
Well, considering the fact that I can't use it, all it basically does is become a battery power to me. I don't see other than, oh, hey, now this person all of a sudden has a better life because of what I did. I'm sorry, I don't exactly see other than, oh, hey, it extends my life for a little bit. Exactly what the point is. Especially if it's one of those things where, if I understand this correctly, the only way truly for me to move beyond all of this is to get everybody to acknowledge me and associate with me to the extreme extent.
So you're just going to give up on the route because you don't like the idea of who you are?
I have been thinking about that considering the fact that my past is already starting to disappear.
How pathetic. You really don't have any reason to live then, don't you? Why don't you just jump off this roof right now and just make it end right now? What's stopping you?
Probably because that would be too easy.
Too easy?
Yes, too easy. I've made a point of basically being a needle in everybody for quite some time. Why would I just make all of that go away?
She'll just kind of look downwards and she'll just kind of smirk and she'll be like, "You really think that committing suicide is easy? You just you just think that you'd just be able to walk off if you could, that you don't have any sort of survival instinct within you."
Well, as I think you pointedly carved out, I'm kind of broken. Alls I would have to do was basically just go somewhere normal, where there is not the image of all of this around. And it's like falling asleep. And one day, I would just disappear.
The Kimi will be like, "Hey, hey, hey! Speak for yourself. I want to live. Jesus fucking Christ!"
Besides, considering the last time we did an all-out fight, do you honestly think that survival would have been the first thing that was on my mind when we were fighting? Because I know you could have easily have killed me in that tournament.
She'll just kind of look outwards and she'll be like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't fought you in any serious capacity at all."
Right. All right then. We can play it that way. But you did admit into sticking the arrow in my backpack, and all of that led to a sign that basically said you wanted to fight the winner of the tournament, so you do have some knowledge of it.
I have knowledge of many things, especially when it comes to the deal.
All
Do
right
you?
then. That is also something I've been curious about. Why a stealth ability for me? Basically, the ability to steal stuff. Seems kind of at odds with the way I work.
Maybe it's because it is at odds with the way it works that you actually need it.
Is that what it is? Is the deal gives us something we need, or is there something more to it?
It gives us something that we need that we're unable to provide for ourselves. Otherwise, why would people take it?
I thought the reason the deal was taken was to increase our own power, to give us stronger magic and boost our partners, in a sense, with that power.
What's so contradictory about those two statements? Something that you need and something that makes you stronger. They aren't opposites.
No, they're not opposites, but generally when you don't think of a warrior getting stronger by learning how to steal, you think of him getting stronger by getting better weapons, being more physically strong.
Having diversity and utility is something that you seem to underestimate.
No, I agree with diversity, but the problem unfortunately gets into the jack of all trades, master of none. You sit in the middle but never exceed.
She'll just kind of laugh and she'll be like, if you view yourself as separate paths that don't conjoin, then yes, you'll be a fool. That kind of thinking will get you nowhere if you think of yourself as parts rather than a unified whole. If you think of yourself as a warrior and a thief rather than just both at the same time, then yes, you will fail. That kind of compartmentalized thinking is stupid.
Maybe. Sometimes it's easier to think of that way than trying to think of all of these coming together to make a skill set that has maybe no real strength but no real weakness.
Easier than jumping off the roof right now.
Like I said, the actions might not always be the easiest, but in the long run, it's no fun that way.
No fun that way. Coming from the person who's hesitant to use what they have, coming from the person who has no zest for life, coming from the person who keeps making excuses for themselves rather than going out and doing things. Yes, I'm sure that's plenty of fun. It sounds like a terrible existence. Why did you even come to the academy? Because you were forced to go? Or why are you even talking to me? Why did you even come here?
Came here because you have answers that I was curious about. I was kind of curious what exactly all of this was, which I still have no clue about. Because it sounds like, in a sense, all you're doing is basically saying that you want to help people out, but you don't want to admit it, and you like hunting people down, but you don't want to admit it. All of this is an excuse to basically survive.
What haven't I admitted? I've told you what I do. Well, not all of it, because I'm not an idiot.
Right. I'm sure. I'm sure there's a lot of things you haven't mentioned. But if all of this is essentially going to be, I'm going to use this as an excuse to hurt people and get into all of that, I've got enough to do that already. One more ability, one more power doesn't change anything.
If you're just going to ignore what I say, if you're just going to, well, give up and not receive anything, then feel free to make your own grave and dig it.
Right. Is that what all of this was going to be about? Is essentially the radiation within my blood? Or was there actually anything else to it that you were talking about?
She'll just kind of shake her head and she'll be like, if you don't feel like this city is prime for you to use your inheritance, then there's nothing else I can show you.
Right. So essentially, you're basically the best recommendation of all of this that you have is go and use the ability to take things, increase my base, and take more things. Okay. Did we really need to meet out here for all of that?
Seeing for yourself can often be a motivator.
Seeing the city, which pulses with the energy of the ley lines, does that change anything about taking from people, or is there actually something I can take from the city?
Who do you think created all of this?
The people, yeah, great. That doesn't change the fact that seeing how the city works doesn't change the fact that my ability still has me rip things from people. So why see how the city sets in all of this when I can't passively do it, but I have to go rip from people? It's kind of like saying you have to go see the majesty of the city to be able to taste the food in one of the restaurants.
Just be like, fine. If you want to play it that way, then I don't care. You can do as you wish. I'm going. If you don't understand if you don't understand the importance of looking at the creations that we've made, if you don't think about why we've made them or how we've made them, then yes, you're right, there is no point. You can fend for yourself.
I'm done. I guess this was an interesting talk, but one that ultimately amounted to nothing for either of us. So, do have a good night. I'm going to be returning to the dorm.
Right. And she'll just kind of tut, and she'll just kind of look back, and then she'll just kind of she'll just kind of lift up her hand, and she'll be like, "Go then."
You will go down the building.
All right. So you leave. Okay. So I guess it will be Saturday morning now. Music. Are people still here?
Yes.
All right. Any plans?
Go for the run.
What?
Go for the run.
Remind me, because I don't have that on my scheduling app handout. Are there lessons?
There's like a half a
We
day
have a
thing.
half day. We go to homeroom. We just do a couple things, but it's like the mornings is just taken up by the homeroom stuff.
No, okay.
And then we're let out, and then clubs are still there if you're in any.
I mean, I know what I'm doing after that because there's this meeting with Kitty, but before that, not sure.
I guess
I mean-
she's out of room. It's the last day of the test. If she can make it through today, she gets that lucky cat sushi meal. You didn't even add the modifier for Akira or the meal. She made a promise. There you go. Oh, grew a little bit. Good. Kira smiles and claps on the back approvingly.
Claps her so hard she flies to the lobby.
Yeah.
By the way, did
Hey,
Rico
guys.
had time to set her PDA? You know, that alarm thingy?
Yeah, that would have been fine. I mean, everybody else is cut. I mean, I'm assuming they've been doing it in the background.
Of course, yeah. I'd say
Yeah.
if I do it, basically.
I mean, that's... Okay.
It's
I
safe
mean-
to say you can say, yes, I do it, and then you can then say, no, I'm not doing it when it's not happening. The most important thing would be say, like, what's the word I'm looking for? The
Interval?
amount. Yeah, the interval, thank you. If it's like, low, high, or something like that. If you're doing it like every 15 minutes or every hour or something. But besides that, it's not really too critical.
Yeah, Rico
Besides
can
just
go on
taking
a run
care
even if nobody will ask her.
Kahara would see if you're ready to go for the run in the morning. Yeah, anyway. Alright, Ren.
Yep.
Do we have to do rolls?
Unless if you want to prove a point, then yes.
What does that mean?
It means what it means.
No, but I don't know what you mean by prove a point.
Like if you want your run to feel like, hey, I'm doing good, or oh no,
Okay.
I'm slipping.
Okay, yes, I would like to make sure I'm keeping exercise. Do you want
Okay.
to just stay complicated, or do you want it to be a simple one?
Complicated, since
Okay.
cooking is as well.
We
The
are in a
cooking's
team,
a
yeah?
main.
Or
Yeah.
I think I have diligence to that.
Yeah, that's Akira.
Wait, do you
Haha,
add to
69.
those rolls physical die from power sets or not?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we
I
might
assume that's
now.
much,
Oh,
but
okay, we don't.
okay, so
We wouldn't now, Jess?
3.
I mean, I like keeping it to the free die thing. Unless
Oh.
you want to substitute something or add something
No,
with a
no, no,
plot
it's fine.
point.
Just
Okay.
was curious about it.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's Kohar. Go with Kohar.
Well, since everybody else is. Okay.
Favor.
Yay. No, don't!
Favor.
Alright.
I mean,
The higher
Shizuka
the
gets to
roll-
choose what she spends favor on if you want, Jess.
Yeah, but the higher the roll, the better she'd. Whatever, I don't care. Wait, why is she rerolling? I mean, favor, she has to.
Has to.
Yes.
Because they can
Yes.
one not accept the favor.
No, they have to.
Like, no.
I'll give her
Sophie-
another favor.
No, Sophie would have said no.
I'm helping you and you will accept my love.
These are happening really quickly.
Anyway, no. She said no.
What do you mean, no?
Gives see Shizuka being followed by a
It's a
train of cranes.
Yeah, what does she mean, no? I said do a favor.
I mean, after the first one, she would have been like, no.
Why?
Or maybe you should ask.
Don't you want some help, Shizuka-chan?
No, I'm fine. This is fine.
If you're not enjoying yourself, you probably could be doing better. I mean, it can be hard some days, but I mean,
Is
I
it
can just-
really me doing it better?
Yes.
No, it's because of your power.
Well, my power doesn't work on nothing. It's giving someone the opportunity to fix any mistakes they'd make. It's letting them do. I can't make you better than you ever could be, Shizu-chan.
You're not always going to be around, Kaharu.
That doesn't mean I can't help when I'm here.
Yeah, but I don't want to get.
Why else would I cook meals for everyone if I wasn't just always going to be in your life?
I don't want to get dependent on that.
You don't have to think of help as being dependent on something. I wouldn't turn away someone wanting to help me just because I'm worried I'll rely on it. I mean,
there's a difference between somebody helping with schoolwork and somebody magically making you better at something.
you're not better, it's just making sure you do your best.
Anyway, if I need one, I'll ask, okay?
Kohara will frown. You never really asked for them.
She'll just kind of make her way back to the dorm after the run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get breakfast at the academy. I'll see you guys at Shigihara's.
Oh, I'll come get it, Kira says. Oh,
Well, I'd rather go by myself. I wouldn't want to get dependent on your help either. She'll just kind of slink off.
help with eating food. I mean, Kira's she's just gonna go get food at school.
She would have gotten her stuff from her room and walked out.
Well, I guess Akira just looks hurt. And we'll just, I guess, eat at the dorm then, I guess. Since Shizuka thinks we're getting food, for fuck's sake. Since Shizuka thinks we're getting food, there is helping her somehow. Here, whatever. Here's the Koharu cooking roll. A favor.
I might help.
I'm gonna favor that. There you go.
And you lose a favor.
That's whatever. I was about to be out anyway.
Wait, did I...
I'll spend some PP on them before we get to school.
Have you been keeping a track of it?
Yes.
Because
Like
I know
I
I
said-
wrote. Yeah.
Like I said, I just ran out of them with that roll because I got one from Shizuka.
All right.
So I'm gonna spend like 3 PP to get 3 more favors right now. After she's like cooking. And she's like, wrapping up the cooking.
Okay,
Alright.
another nice meal.
Yeah, thanks, Franco. It's a delicious meal. I was gonna make rice, some I guess we probably have some gyoza leftovers. Have some of that. We definitely have some of the pickled vegetable leftovers. Some almond rice and that. With some furikage. Is it furikage? What's the fucking rice seasoning called? Rice seasoning. Furikake. And that can be delicious and some soy. It's delicious.
Yep.
With those rolls, it better be.
Well, yeah. I guess we probably also have some hot sauce.
I mean, it's
and
even
something.
better than dinner yesterday.
Delicious warm rice. Kira quietly eats it. It's not like she's picking at it. She's eating it really fast because it's good, but she's kind of just pissed on.
Is Rio going to come for breakfast?
No, I was gonna go to the school because I have to check my student council inbox.
Hey, be careful with helping Shizuka.
Raph
don't-
numbs it down and
I don't think she cares about me helping her.
Raph numbs it down and he adds some PP bentos to it.
Koharu will not be offended because he's American and it's okay because he doesn't necessarily like Japanese food. So she's just glad he's eating it and doesn't think it tastes bad. And that's the honest truth because that's Koharu. Okay.
It's because it's Raph.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, she's kind of used to it.
So I guess we'll be heading to the academy then.
Yep.
What the fuck? Is it random from the... I guess
What?
it is random.
What? What random music?
No, from the playlist.
Yeah, music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Music.
select Empress playlist. So
Whoops.
it will
Oh.
just go with random songs from there. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no. Just make a school playlist at the bottom or something with the actual school music and it'll be fine, Jess.
So student school box. There'll be
Student
stuff.
School box?
There will be stuff about a review of the magazine that is being finalized, but it will be in the evening. So, student council,
Yeah, I know. I have the club today. I was just checking to make sure if I had anything I should prepare or get finished before I have to go to the club. Not club, but the meeting. So if it's just magazine, then cool. Let's go eat breakfast.
Yeah, it's pretty much just magazine because everybody will be doing the rounds at the media club.
Okay.
Okay, so at the cafeteria there'll be breakfast. You'll see Shabasa manning the breakfast table. Nom, 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 nom.
Man, it's like he's always there.
And within the cafeteria, you'll see Suzuka and Chiba not sitting together at all. But you'll see them in the cafeteria.
Not sitting together at all. Okay. Alright, well. Tsubasa, he's doing his good boy job. I'll go get breakfast. And then I guess I'll go sit down with... Yeah, I'll go sit down with Chiba. At the same table. And say hello when I get there. Good day and stuff.
Right. And she'll be like, good morning.
Yes. Good morning to you too. You'll say as he sets the plate, tray, whatever he has down on the table.
It's going to be a busy day today, so I might as well get the nutrition.
Yes, it should be. I would imagine, especially for my department. I can only imagine what Seta's going to say about the layout costs. Hopefully she'll think that they're appropriate. After all, every student should be interested in purchasing the magazine, as well as other members of the town and families of students.
Yes, it is going to be. We're considering opening shop Sunday for pre-orders.
Right. Well, I for one am simply glad that they were able to get a product put together in time for a review of today. You'll just kind of say.
Given that Monday is a school day, it would be impractical to have the magazine released then, so they're moving it to Sunday so that people can come as they will to the academy without disrupting lessons.
Makes sense. You'll go, yes, that's probably for the best. We wouldn't want lessons being disrupted, and besides, visitors wouldn't really be allowed into the store until classes let out anyways. With the big release day being Sunday, then that means that people will be able to come, and there'll be no restriction on the influx.
Indeed. I shouldn't have to say that student council member participation is seen as mandatory.
He'll go, no, I wouldn't think you would need to say that. He'll just kind of say, I quite intended to acquire a copy for myself and show my support to our media club, as well as my support for the school in whole with it.
Right. I have noticed that you haven't submitted your piece yet for the store. I checked the inventory.
And he'll go, yes. It was my understanding that the student pieces would go... It was my understanding that the submission for the student pieces was at a deadline for Sunday's release, and would continue on for quite some time after the magazine. I was hoping to put together what I've learned from the classes here in order to get that piece ready. And also, I only realized from meta-wise, I only knew the magazine thing needed us to do that on Thursday. But yes, Rio's been debating what to do.
I'll trust your judgment then, that you have paced yourself.
And he'll go, yes. I simply wouldn't want to lose time on this, but I wouldn't want to overwork it. After all, spending too much time coming to a decision and creating it would cause everything else to become inefficient.
My own personal advice would be that it would be prepared for Sunday morning.
And he'll go,
That way people who are buying the magazine can also make their orders for products that have been made for the students. It can be done in one sweep rather than in multiple visits. It will encourage more buyers as well if they only have to come the once to get what they want.
yes. I certainly will make sure that I have my piece submitted by the time the magazine launches to the public.
Hmm.
He'll go, I would not want to miss such an opportunity.
Yes, it would be uncharacteristic of you otherwise.
Nod. Rio's only really been picking at his food this whole time. Or he'll start eating.
And she'll just kind of look at you eating your food.
Yes?
Do you want to hold understanding?
On Chiba?
Yes.
I mean, I have a +3 with her, so yeah. Even if she's a robot.
Step your game up, Senpai.
Now, does the cafeteria count as a shop?
No, you didn't pay for it.
Does Shiva count as a technological piece? He'd get a bonus for rolling on.
You get the sense that you get the feeling that she's waiting for you to finish before she brings up something else.
Oh, how polite of her!
How polite.
I will hurry to finish.
She'll be like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to recall you wishing to speak to Dr. Kuroki about personal matters of yours.
And he'll go, no, that's correct. I do understand that it would be quite easy for me to at least speak to him now with his recent interest in the school's infirmary.
Yes, it is. It is quite odd that he has taken a much more notable interest in the infirmary, but he's always been the designated doctor for the students. Considering the nature of this school, not having a medical practitioner would be unthought of.
Yes, of course. How odd that I've never seen him before.
The nurse is simply an assistant, but yet she was given the burden of the workload. I suppose it's fortunate that we haven't had any major incidents in which the doctor was needed.
Yes, that is quite fortunate. I suppose that would explain why I haven't seen him in there before. Well, he'll just kind of go, yes, I did have a number of personal questions I would like to ask the good doctor, as I'm sure you have at least some awareness of what they might be pertaining to. He'll just kind of say, Chiba did mention, she knew about Rio's dad.
Yes, she got that sick receive.
Yeah. And he'll go, I believe that he might know some things that, well, I deeply wish that I knew. Although I don't know how I would convince him to tell me. I can't say that I'd be a particularly interesting case to him.
And she'll just kind of look at him and she'll be like, you do have a point there. You're not a part of the lost generation.
Right. And I don't have anything else that's too peculiar. I have found out that my persona is a bit of an abnormality, but, well, I'm not the only one who has a culturally relevant persona, and I doubt that he's interested in that over what else he's researching.
Hmm.
So I don't know if I would be able to convince him to tell me all the things that I'd want to know.
Hmm.
Or even convince him to spend more time than necessary answering my questions.
Right. Well, if you do have knowledge of a subject that would interest him, then that would be the best way to open conversation.
Knowledge of a subject that might interest him. And just kind of go, maybe. There are a few things that I've learned since coming to the academy. Things that... He'll just kind of go. Things that not many people have picked up on. That he might be interested in. He'll just kind of shrug and go. Still, I suppose it would be practical to meet him first and see exactly how much leverage I'm able to get without using bargaining chips in the first place. What do you think?
What do I think?
He'll nod. Yes, I mean, you've brought this up. Surely you must have considered some possibilities. What do you think is the most efficient way for me to go about getting the doctor's interest?
I suppose it's if you know interesting people.
Well, I do know a few, I suppose. He'll just kind of go. Although I wouldn't want to get them wrapped up in this, both out of, well, courtesy to them and also out of a bit of selfishness on my part. It may be necessary, and honestly, if the doctor is as experienced in these things as you said, it might be good to get his opinion on these pieces.
Or you could offer yourself for medical experimentation.
I'm not sure I'd quite be willing to go that far. And he'll just kind of pause and go, though I suppose if I'm only putting myself on the line, that actually does seem a bit more palatable. 1 second.
Richard.
Sorry about that. But yes. I suppose that might actually be a bit more palatable to me. I'll just kind of go.
You must have some sort of what's it called when you give way to things?
When you give what to things?
When you let loose a bit. You give ground. You must give some ground to the doctor, otherwise he gets nothing from this.
And he'll go, yes, that's true. And he'll go, I was just wondering what it would be best to give him. After all, it's not as though I'm going to go and demand. I have questions. If I need to get his interest in order to get those answered, then, well, I understand how this works. People don't just give things away for free. He'll just kind of pause and then go, though I am a bit hesitant about this experimentation thing. I don't know of what use I could be in that.
Dr. Kuroki is quite the skilled plastic surgeon.
He'll just kind of laugh and go, and, well, that's a very good skill to have. Reconstructive surgery is something that's very important in the event of unfortunate incidents. Would he need to experiment with that skill set on people?
And she'll just kind of shake her head and she'll be like, you do have you did make quite an interesting remark. Reconstructive surgery. I suppose you haven't experienced it for yourself, but reconstruction doesn't have to be through physical manifestations.
He'll go, I see. So, hopefully some of the damage I've accrued since coming to this academy might be interesting to the doctor.
Yes, if you have any long-lasting conditions, or even conditions that have cleared themselves, that history is what he's interested in. The studying of people, I suppose it's some sort of... no, I shouldn't use that word. It's inappropriate. She'll just kind of tap her fingers on the desk, and she'll kind of look around the cafeteria.
Right.
And she'll be like, I suppose it's some sort of kooky anthropology. Maybe the word perverse would have been better.
He'll just kind of... a mask will momentarily flash itself through Rio's mind, and then he'll go, I'm not sure if the doctor would be quite interested in that, but... well, I suppose it might be somewhere to start. Thank you for your advice.
Right, it's not a problem.
Oh, it may not be a problem, but it certainly is it certainly is beneficial to me to hear it. So, he'll just kind of give her a small nod like, I'd really appreciate it.
And she'll just kind of blink and still be like, right, I should be making my way over to 1C now.
Ah, of course. I suppose I will see you at the meeting then.
Right, there will be a short convergence at the Student Union before we make our way over to the media room.
He'll nod and go, well, I'm quite looking forward to seeing what our media club has put together.
Agreed, this is my first year at the academy. I've heard that it's quite the compendium.
Well, for us who have just recently started here at the great legacy this school is leaving, it'll be quite the nice memento to pick up, won't it?
It's arguably one of the most important books. Second, of course, to the yearbook.
And he'll be like, in that case, I hope no student chooses to skip out on it.
Right, it certainly makes the spring term a lot more interesting.
Alright, cool. Thanks, Chiba.
Bye.
Yeah, you told me how to entice Kuroki into talking. And the most obvious way is to tell him things about Shin. I'd rather not start with that. So thank you for some counter ideas.
You're welcome.
She's very helpful. Alright. Good breakfast. And I didn't help Shizuka. Although I don't think she'd consider my presence help after yesterday.
You never know with Shizuka.
I guess you don't.
So I guess it's school time.
School time.
We'll be with Shukidokido. So, it'll be like, right, we'll be going over a review for the week, and wow, it seems like everybody did really well in their classes this week. I've had great progress from all of your relevant tutors, and it seems that you've made quite the steps within your classes because you all ranked up.
Yeah. Thanks, Sensei.
Hey.
Right. So are there any questions that you have for me? Or if you want to do anything for this particular homeroom?
Not in particular.
Yes, like a lot
Questions for
of very few
Sahara.
characters.
Not really, no.
Can't think of any, sorry.
Oh shit, I do have a question I should ask him,
Oh.
actually.
Somebody loves me.
Oh my god, just because we don't have a fucking question doesn't mean we don't like him. Fuck.
Alright. Rio will raise his hand and go, perhaps this is something that we should talk more about in private. I'd hate to use up everyone's class time, but I was hoping to ask you about that opportunity that you mentioned last semester, near the end, where due to psychology work, I had the opportunity to assist in the SMILE program. I would like to take up on that small internship, I believe it was.
Ah, right. And he'll clap his hands and he'll be like, so we can talk about that. And I know that this weekend's going to be very busy, what with the Winter Academy magazine coming out. So I suppose you guys can be let off early.
Oh,
Yes,
thanks,
there's a lot of
Sensei.
work going on for that.
Sweet.
And remember that the magazine will be available to purchase from tomorrow, according to the note I've gotten.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Rio doesn't feel like going, that is correct, Sensei, and
Yeah.
giving him confirmation. That would
Haru smiles and
throw
worries
his
that
authority out the window.
Tsukihara only got the note yesterday. Akira's busy since he said we can leave early heading to the media club for Suzuka. Since, fuck man, he let us out early, let's go.
Yes, you could leave until say, have a good weekend, Sensei.
Thanks,
Alright.
Sensei, have a good weekend!
Cool.
Yep, later, Sensei. Have a good weekend.
See you next week, Sensei.
And once you guys leave, he'll be like, so, given the program, I could write it up that instead of coming to the academy on Saturday mornings, you could do your apprenticeship then.
And he'll go, oh, yes, that would be... He'll just pause for a second and go, well, yes, that actually should be quite acceptable.
Yes, so you'll be doing a 4-hour shift then from 8 a.m. till 12. And that should give you enough time to walk back to the academy for his student council.
And he'll nod and go, yes, it should, Sensei. Thank you. That time slot seems very agreeable to my current schedule.
And he'll kind of nod and he'll be like, right, I'll pass the information on to you, Mr. Rose.
And he'll go, thank you, Sensei. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Your psychology class has been very interesting. I hope that I get to see more about the field in action.
And he'll nod and he'll be like, of course, theory is only theory after all. Seeing it come alive for yourself is an entirely different experience. Smile is a great organization for collecting your thoughts together.
He'll go, well, I'm looking forward to it then.
And he'll just kind of thumbs.
Time will be next week.
He'll just kind of thumbs up and he'll be like, well, I've got to recommend it after all. I spent quite a bit there when I was a student.
Oh, you did? Ah. Right, I think I may have heard about that, actually.
Oh, you did?
And he'll go, yes, I was inquiring about the SMILE program with the Asade Links division. They mentioned that you were somewhat of an alumni, according to your records.
Like I said, I did a standard teaching degree, of course, but they can't fit everything in on university. And well, I suppose I kept wanting to go back to the city after all.
He'll nod and go, well, the students of 1A are quite happy that you did.
Oh.
Shut up, Sensei. It's just a normal compliment.
You'll be like, right, well, have a nice weekend, Rio.
Thank you. I will. You too, Sensei.
Right. He'll wave you goodbye.
He gets so emotional.
Alright, so.
Oh man, today's gonna be a great day. The magazine is finished on time. I'm gonna do Smile next week. I have an idea for karaoke. Basically, all my plans for the garden are done.
Right. So, what are your plans for Saturday? I'm going to move to the city page because, not everybody's going to be staying out of school.
That student council thing.
I mean,
Oh, by the way, Ray, I fucked up Akira's speech bubble, so the smiley face is on the map player by accident.
How did you do that?
How did you do that? I guess I'll copy what I wrote down in the speech bubble in school for the speech bubble here.
yeah, you want us to write down stuff. Okay.
I mean, I must have done that because I did the. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Give me a minute.
Although I cannot remember which time specifically he said the meeting will happen.
I guess it's just like after school. He didn't really give a specific time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is after school period. All right, at March domain. No wait, at his domain. But do I know that his domain is connected with March one?
Okay. I had to do this.
Do what?
Do this.
Hold on a minute. Where did I save it? Did I save it too? There we go.
Oh.
What is?
Oh, you saved it? Why?
That's a good chat icon.
Oh. Okay.
Is it
Cool.
a emoticon yet?
No, not
Doesn't
yet.
look like one yet.
Make it.
I'll make it.
128 by 128.
This is your legacy.
My legacy.
That's my legacy.
My legacy couldn't be one of the other smileys I have, but actually fits this game.
No.
Alright, cool.
This doesn't want to add those.
That's fair.
There we go.
Yeah, that works well.
Cool. Reno. Alright, good.
Yeah,
Got it.
It actually sizes down really well. You're
Yeah,
better.
it looks perfect. It looks better than the normal sized version.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Fuck. I've discovered my ultimate talent.
Jess, I think this is the day I said I'd go in the
Oh
raft.
shit! I think I have to go do my thing now.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember.
I thought you did your thing earlier.
Half an hour or?
Yeah, I need to do it now. That was dinner. This is another thing.
Oh, another thing. How many
Okay.
things happen in one day?
So I have to go now. I'll be half an hour.